Thinking about launching your psychotherapy practice but not sure where to begin? Whether you're newly licensed or just considering the leap from agency work to private practice, today's video walks you through each step from licensure to landing your first clients. I'm Dr. Steve Johnson, and today we'll unpack the essentials of building a successful psychotherapy practice in the US. What you really need to know. Let's start with the basics. To practice psychotherapy in the US, you'll need a graduate degree in a mental health field, typically a master's in counseling, social work, or marriage and family therapy, or a doctorate in psychology. Then comes licensure. Each state sets its own requirements, but all require supervised clinical hours, typically 2,000 to 4,000, passing a national and/or state exam, continuing education. Every renewal period, check your specific state's licensure board website. And don't underestimate this step, it's foundational. After licensure, many therapists ask, do I go solo or join a group? Here are your options. Option 1, join a group practice. The pros are easier referrals, administrative support, built-in peer consultation. The cons are lower pay split, less independence. Option 2, start your own practice. The pros are full autonomy, set your own rates and hours. The cons are all the responsibility is on you, billing, marketing, compliance. Option 3, start with a telehealth platform like Headway or SonderMind. This is a great hybrid for new therapists. The benefits are they handle billing and insurance paneling, instant access to referrals, minimal startup cost, flexible schedule, work from home. Headway and SonderMind both offer onboarding support and marketing for you. Yes, they take a cut, but for new clinicians, it's a smart way to get licensed, paneled, and seeing clients quickly. Before you see clients, get malpractice insurance. Even if you work for a group or platform, having your own policy is critical. Popular providers include HPSO, CPH, and Associates, APA or N. ASW sponsored options. It typically costs $100 to $200 per year, worth every penny. Next, create a CAQH profile. CAQH is a universal credentialing system used by most insurance companies. Even if you're not planning to take insurance right away, setting up your profile saves time down the road. You will need to upload the following: degrees, license, liability insurance, references, and work history. Keep it updated. It's the backbone of your insurance paneling journey. Now, let's talk money. Here are rough startup costs for a solo practice. Malpractice insurance, $150. Website, $200 to $1,000. Or use Psychology Today for $30 per month. Electronic health record, EHR. Simple practice therapy notes, $50 to $80 per month. Business registration, LLC, EIN, $100 to $300. Marketing, $100 to $500 to start. Office furniture or virtual background varies. Starting virtually, your initial outlay can be under $1,000. You don't need to become a marketing guru, but visibility matters. Here's how to start marketing your practice. Psychology Today. Profile, it's worth the $30 a month Google business listing. Free and powerful, local directories and insurance panels. Help clients find you, build a website. Even a simple one adds credibility, community involvement. Give talks at libraries, churches, or schools. Network with primary care providers. Often overlooked source of referrals. Don't forget word of mouth. Reputation is your most powerful asset. If you're comfortable speaking, host a free workshop on stress, parenting, anxiety, or relationships. You'll position yourself as an expert and draw in potential clients who feel connected to your message. Here are some tips for success. Keep it educational and engaging. Offer a handout with tips and your contact info. Invite people to sign up for your email list. Don't make it a sales pitch, just be helpful. These community efforts not only build your reputation, but also reinforce your purpose, helping others. As your practice grows, you can raise your fees. Niche down, for example, trauma, couples, or teens. Offer coaching or consultation. Create digital resources. Hire associates. Diversify income with courses or supervision. Every therapist's path is different, but your practice should reflect your values, strengths, and vision for helping others. Wishing you a lot of success and opportunities to help others with your knowledge and skills. If you found this helpful, hit the like button, share with a fellow therapist, and subscribe for more real-world guidance on clinical practice, therapy skills, and the business of helping others. I'm Dr. Steve Johnson. See you next time.